欢迎，欢迎. Welcome back, everybody, to Dave's Mandarin Chinese classroom. In this video, we are going to talk about the tones and changing tones in Chinese. And then I was going to do things a little bit differently, but instead of randomly going through the chart and boring you all and ruining my voice, I thought we would go through the vocabulary that we're going to be using in our dialogue practice coming up. So it has real world application. So this is the text again that we're using. It's I'm not paid to use this text. I happen to have it at home here because I used it to teach my own kids Chinese. I have taught Chinese before. I taught Chinese at Lake Tahoe Community College, but I used a different textbook there. Not this one, but I like this text. I think it's good. Conversational Chinese 301, Beijing Language and Culture University Press by Kang Yuhua and Lai Siping. Anyway, it's good. I think you can pick it up for super cheap on eBay or Amazon. There are so many copies of this out there. Or you can buy it new. Whatever you like. Or you can just follow along here. So, and then anyway, I'm going to open it up now to page 6. And I apologize for this. It's going to be hard to see, but I'm just going to kind of do the best I can to zoom in here. And we're going to call it good. And I know it's going to open up and it's hard to see. But anyway, at least you can hear me. See, the page is moving, huh? Oh, that's annoying, darling. Anyway, let's talk about the tones a little bit. So in Chinese is a tonal language. There are 4 tones, 5 if you count the neutral tone. And one syllable, depending on what tone it has, can mean many different things. There are many homophones in Chinese. And I think the most outrageous example, if I remember correctly, is the syllable yi. Depending on what tone it has and counting all the homophones, I believe there are more than 20 meanings for the syllable yi. I can get out my Matthews dictionary and we could double check that, but we won't. But we will get into the getting out the Matthews dictionary. That's the old school dictionary. I have a couple of them given to me by my dear professor at UCSB, Dr. Chauncey Goodrich, who was a wonderful man. Just really a beautiful man who really sparked my interest in ancient Chinese religion and classical Chinese language. Really super duper. So check him out, Chauncey Goodrich, Chinese scholar extraordinaire. Okay, yeah, I kind of got off on a little bit of a tangent there. Yeah, so yi, depending on what tone it has, and counting all the homophones has like 20 meanings. So that's ridiculous. And classical Chinese, by the way, is really cool. And I think I will be teaching you all a little bit of classical Chinese. I think it's good. It informs your modern Chinese. A lot of the grammatical stuff and some of the characters have their root in classical Chinese. And so it's really fun stuff. And translating classical Chinese is like doing puzzles. And the harder the Chinese gets, the gnarlier the puzzle. Some are what am I looking for? Unpunctuated. So you have to figure out where all the starts and the stops are. And then there are all the proper nouns, right? Imagine you're translating some random document with all these place names and people names. And oh my, it can be very difficult, unpunctuated. But it's really fun. So anyway, 4 tones and 5, including the neutral tone. So as an example, the first tone, and again, you want to sing these out as you're learning them. Ba is the first tone. Ba. You can see here on our little diagram of tones, it is a flat, high pitch tone. Ba. Your second tone is your rising tone right here. Ba, ba. It starts down low and it goes up. And then we have our third tone, which is our dipping tone. Ba, ba. And you can hear that it goes down and then it comes back up again. Ba. And I think maybe the easiest one, the fourth tone, you just pretend like you're angry. Ba, 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 which is father in Chinese. The angry father? No, I hope not. Let's try not to be angry fathers. I try my best. Breathe, David Lasher. Breathe. I'm kidding. Anyway, so those are the four tones. Let's see, what else do we have here? Doodle-doo-doo-doo. That just has to do with where the tone mark goes. The neutral tone. The neutral tone is a toneless tone. And the example they gave here is Tommen. So you hear the MEN part, it has no real tone to it. Just kind of falls off at the end. Tommen. Some other examples are Baba that they give here. Baba. Tommen. Baba is father. Tommen is they or them. Okay. Let's talk about the changing tones. We'll move over to page number 7. So some rules on the changing tones. When two third tones come together, the first one changes to a second tone. So in the case of ni, which is you, and hao, which is good, ni hao, which is hello or hi, and ni hao ma. Ma is a question particle. You put it at the end, it turns into a question. So ni hao ma. Ma in that case would have a neutral tone. Ni hao ma, in that instance, the first third tone changes to a second, as it has here. Ni hao, ni hao. Okay. Oh, okay. So, and then when followed by the second, fourth, or neutral tone, the third tone, it only goes halfway down and then it doesn't come back up again. So in the case of you or you all, it's ni men. So it doesn't go ni men, right? It goes down and then falls off. Ni men, like that. Can you hear that? Ni men hao is hi, y'all. Okay, let's go to our vocabulary page on page 4. And let's just review the vocabulary really fast. And I apologize again for the book setup. Maybe I'll try to get more fancy with my camera. Wouldn't that be nice? A deal where you can actually see the page. Oh, that would be so special. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Anyway. I give up. So, number 1, ni is you. It's third tone. Repeat after me, please, and exaggerate the tones as I do. Ni is you. Hao is well or good. Ma, there's just a neutral tone. Ma, ni hao ma. 很. So ma again is a question particle. So if you put that at the end of your sentence, it changes it into a question. So one of the things that's really cool about Chinese, if you've studied Western languages, is in Chinese you don't have to conjugate the verbs. That's the good news, friendly friends. The not so good news, or good news, depending on if you like puzzles and difficult things, is the particles in Chinese, which I really didn't find to be that difficult. I think conjugating verbs and remembering conjugations is hard. My brain doesn't work the same as other people's brains, apparently. I have some interesting learning issues. I kind of had to learn special ways to teach myself things, including languages. So maybe some of the things I say will work and kind of translate for you, and perhaps some of the things that I say or do or my methods kind of won't work for you. And if that's the case, comment down below. That'd be really interesting to know. And I do want to try to reach, different learning modalities, if you will. And since mine is kind of different, that sort of feedback would be very helpful. So yeah, back to the particles. So particles are just little characters in combination of characters, then depending on where you put them in the sentence, can do really different things. And perhaps the most common and most difficult is the character la, which is most simply it puts things in the past, but it can also do all kinds of fun stuff. And you have particles like cai and jiu, which are really fun as well. And the duh particles, and it's just so much fun. We're gonna have so much fun together. But that's where I think I can really help you out too, is in fact, that's a good idea. I should have a whole category of just particles, because those really are the most difficult things. But by third year Chinese, you've really kind of mastered most of the particles, or actually all of the particles. By third year, you should be pretty much ripping on your particle knowledge. And probably by the end of year 2, actually. I don't remember exactly. But yeah, it takes a while to get all the particles and really master the usage of your particles. But here's your first one, ma. And here we have hen. That's a good one to practice. It has that, pardon my Hokkien loogie, but that's how it's pronounced. That H has a little bit of that in it. And it's a third tone, so let's exaggerate it. Hen. 我, I or me. 很, by the way, is very. 你们, you plural. So 你 is you and 们 is your plural suffix. You put that on there and it makes it plural. So 你们, 他们, 我们. That's you and they and us, or we. So ta, she or her. Ta, he or him. Very interesting. So you see over here we have the Chinese characters. I don't know if you can see that. But the Chinese character, they often have a pronunciation element that gives you a clue to the pronunciation of the character itself. And then they also have a root or a radical that has to do with the significance of the character. So here we have the female radical, right? And that is ta for she or her. And here we just have a man radical, a zhen, for he or him. Or a people radical, a person radical. I think it's actually called a man radical, but anyway, it's not the character used in the character for man. Anyway, I digress. 他们, 我们, we or us. 都, all. 都, sing it out, friendly friends. 都, doe, a deer, a fiend. Oh, sorry. Got carried away. Do, lie, to come. Lie, second tone. Exaggerate it. Baba, father or dad. Baba, and mama. And here we have names. Da Wei. Thankfully, I shouldn't say that. Da Wei is fine. That's how we say David. My great teacher, Hua Lao Shi, who was one of my super grooviest teachers at UCSB, she gave me the name Da Wei, which Da is Da Guo de Da, means like virtuous, and Wei, third tone is Wei Da de Wei, which is great. So she thought, I don't know if she thought it, but she named me virtuous and great, which for that we will be forever appreciative. 谢谢你, Hua Lao Shi. And thank you also to Xu Lao Shi and Wang Lao Shi, my other two super groovy teachers, and of course, world famous author from Taiwan, Bai Xianyong, Bai Lao Shi, 他们都很棒. Really great teachers and a lot of fun, and inspired me on my Chinese journey. Let's do it again down the list. 你, repeat after me. 你好吗？很，我也，你们，他们，我们都来，爸爸妈妈. Here they give us Da Wei and Ma Li, David and Mary. I guess I'm guessing they're going to figure in our dialogue. Good old Da Wei and Ma Li. So thanks. I think that's enough for one video. That was a little bit of tone explanation and a little bit of tone practice with our vocabulary. I encourage you guys and gals and friendly friends, go back to this chart here and go through it and practice it with your tones. So just go down the list. Ba, pa, ma, fa, da, ta, na. Sing them out. Ba, pa, ma. And then really emphasize the strange ones. Like, you need to learn your, we don't have it here. Oh, well, you get more difficult initials in a minute. But if you found these difficult, like the and and o, po, mo, fo. Oh, actually, this is fo, do. Sorry, I got off there. This is bo. This is like the hollow sounding one. And bo, ba, duh. Let's use one that actually exists. Da, ta, na, la. Here we go. Yeah, so you can use your tones, do your tone practice, go through these. For me, again, it just sounds funky to put tones on syllables that don't get used. Anyway, but it probably won't hurt for you to do that for now. So practice your tones, practice your initials and your finals, and we'll see you next video. Thank you. 谢谢. 再见. See you next time. Dave from Dave's Mandarin Chinese Classroom. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your friends. Bye for now. 再见.